Today's video is a review of sections 4.1 to 4.5. So we wanted to review writing equations of lines two different ways, slope-intercept form and point-slope form. Slope-intercept form review is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. And then point slope is the longer one. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, where m is the slope, again, and x1, y1 are a point that's given on the line. Okay, so let's review. Number one, identify the slope and y-intercept of the line and write the equation in slope-intercept form. So here's the line. To find slope, we count. How do we get from one point to the other? And we rise first, rise 2, run 1. So the slope is 2 over 1, or just 2. The y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis, and that's up at 1. And if you put your m and your b together, the equation is y equals 2x plus 1. Remember, slope is m and y-intercept is b. Now, number 2 is even easier. They give you slope m, they give you y-intercept b, so just plug them into the formula. Y equals 3x plus 8. Number 3 and 4 are using point slope. So first we need to pick any point we want. We have two choices. I'm going to pick this one, and this one is 1, 3. You also could have picked 0, 0. And the slope, we count rise over run, up 3, right 1. So 3 over 1, or just 3. And now that we have a point and a slope, we can plug it into point-slope formula right here. So remember, y is just y. Minus y1 is the 3, equals slope, which is also 3, and then parentheses, x minus 1, because x1 is 1. And you leave it like that. And then number 4, same thing. This is x1, y1, and this is slope m. Plug everything into the formula, and you are done. So we got y minus 8 equals 3 times x minus 0. Now, you don't have to write x minus 0. Another way to write this is just y minus 8 equals 3x, because that 0 doesn't really do anything. Either one of these is fine. All right, and now equations of vertical and horizontal lines. So this is your old friend Vuxhoy. And so easiest way to do this, if you first look at the line given and you say, is it vertical or horizontal? And if you know the vocab, this is a vertical line. So when you're going to write the equation, it's going to be x equals something. Okay, so we know it's going to be x equals something. Now, what is that something? Well, where is this line going through? X equals what? So it looks like it's going through x equals 1, right? So the line is x equals 1. The slope is undefined, but that's not what it's asking for. It's saying write the equation of the line, not the slope. And then number 6, if you look at it, it is a horizontal line. So if you look at your Vuxhoy, if it's horizontal, you're going to write the equation y equals something. Now, what is that something? What value of y is that line going through? Well, it looks like this line is always at -1, so it's y equals -1. All right, on to the back, more review. What about graphing in point slope form? So there's two ways to do it. You could rearrange it and get it in slope intercept, or you can steal a point and steal the slope and graph it that way. Okay, so if we steal the point, remember it's opposite of x, opposite of y to get the x1, y1. So it's going to be positive 4, comma, positive 5. And then the slope is obviously the m, and that's negative 1. All right, so we're going to make a dot at 4, comma 5. 4, comma 5. And then from that point, we're going to go down 1, right 1. Down 1, right 1. Down 1, right 1. Or up 1, left 1. And that is our line. It's pretty off the graph. That's okay. And then a review of parallel and perpendicular. So the only thing you need to know for parallel lines is they have the same slope, equal slopes. So an example, let's say one slope was 4. If the line is parallel, the other slope will also be 4. They have to have the same slope. Now perpendicular lines, they're not only different, it's a special type of different. They have opposite reciprocal slopes. Opposite and reciprocal. Opposite means one positive, one negative, and reciprocal means you flip it. So here's an example. Let's say the first slope was 1/3. What would the slope of a perpendicular line be? Okay, so first of all, if this one's positive, the opposite would be negative. And then if you flip 1/3, it becomes 3/1, or just 3. All right, thanks for watching the review.